Hello, it's Brigs here, and like always, welcome to All Day Anime. And in today's video, I will be explaining every little thing you need to know about Gloxinia. Now, this video will have some spoilers because sadly, a lot of stuff happened in the manga regarding this character, and I simply cannot leave it out of this video. Before we begin, remember to smash that notification bell to never miss a video. But without any more delay, Gloxinia is a former elite member of the Demon Clan, serving directly under the Demon King as the repose of the Ten Commandments. He is also the former Fairy King of the Fairy King's Forest, and the first to hold the title. However, he abandoned that position long ago. I'm sure that you have noticed, but he is always surrounded by this green octopus-like limbs that wrap around his body. Well, that's actually his spirit spear, known as Basquius. Not sure how to pronounce it, but like I said, he was the first Fairy King, and that green octopus thing is actually his spirit spear. But I'll get more into that later in the video. As a member of the Ten Commandments and a former Fairy King, Gloxinia is exceptionally powerful. After receiving a commandment from the Demon King, Gloxinia obtained powers related to the Demon Clan, like their unique power of darkness. He is capable of utilizing this dark power to form helicopter-shaped wings for flight. He keeps the tips of Basquius covered in this dark power at all times. It has been seen to give demons enhanced offensive and defensive abilities. King has also stated that the amount of power coming from him is incredibly huge, though he is physically weaker than the other members of the Ten Commandments due to his fairy nature, having a power level made up of 50,000 that is further broken down to 47,000 magic and 3,000 spirit. Because he was born a fairy, he actually has 0 physical strength, just like King. Or should I say Harlequin, since Gloxinia is technically also a king. But anyway, let's get into his abilities. Gloxinia's innate power is actually Disaster, which he happens to share with Harlequin, the current Fairy King. This power allows the user to control life and death, as well as nature, and draws out the power of Basquius. To go into a bit more detail, Disaster was first shown as a power that allowed King to completely draw out the mysterious qualities of the Spirit Spear Chastiful. Merlin further clarifies King's power as one that is capable of exercising complete control over life and death, by which the user can elevate or diminish the natural state of something. A small scratch can develop into a severe wound. Mild poisons become lethal toxins, and a small tumor can rapidly spread throughout the body. It is a fitting power for one who calls themselves the Fairy King, as it gives the user authority over nature, letting them grow the plants and trees as they see fit, or allowing them to wither and decay. The Fairy Kings can draw out the mysterious qualities of Spirit Spears because this power is able to change the natural state of things, and therefore it can change their form. Before discussing his Spirit Spear, let's go over some of his preferred abilities that is only possible because of Disaster. The first being Gloxinia Servant, literally meaning flower doll. Gloxinia creates a golem in the likeness of Gerheed out of vegetation. The next one is Jumanju, literally meaning cursed vine tree. Gloxinia summons a giant wooden monster from the earth. He can also use levitation. As a fairy, Gloxinia is able to levitate and fly. He can also levitate his Spirit Spear Basquius to use in battle and lift up other people. Like all fairies, Gloxinia can use heart reading. He is able to hear the voice of the hearts of others, being able to perceive their thoughts, and tell whether they are lying. And weirdly, she can use Time Regression Spell, a technique from the Goddess Clan that allows the user to send the soul of some being towards the past. And she also has a combined technique with Droll known as Koju Oradora, a combined technique in which Gloxinia and Droll create a large tower combining minerals and plant DNA. It is fire resistant and possesses regenerative abilities and high elasticity capable of withstanding great pressure. Because of its incredible elasticity, it has been capable of detaining even the highest ranking demon of the Demon Clan, Chandler, in his true form no less, though only temporarily. Let's finally go over his sacred treasure. Now, we haven't seen all the forms, but I will go over all the ones we know so far. Basquius is an immensely powerful weapon, possibly even more so than its counterpart Chastiful. The Spirit Spear was gifted to the first Fairy King chosen by the Sacred Tree. Like Chastiful, it has the qualities of the Sacred Tree and is shown to possess a number of unique forms. Form 1, Basquius. It is the original form, which is a great spear that can levitate to attack and also proves to be capable of firing a powerful beam. Form number 2, Guardian. Basquius takes the form of a gigantic hornet-like insect that possesses incredible speed, and can attack with necrosis. This attacks the target with its sting, resulting in the stung body part being paralyzed. Form number 5, Yagdra Armor. Basquius wraps itself around Gloxinia and forms a suit of armor equipped with large, sharp claws. Form number 7, Moon Rose. The end of Bascuous tendril blooms into a giant pale rose, and can use the technique Inochi no Shizuku. A droplet from the moon rose is shown to heal even the most insane of wounds. Form number 9, Deaththorn. Bascuous disperses into vines, piercing through anything Gloxinia chooses. Even the slightest cut seems to result in death. The ivy is traditionally extracted from within a sunflower that grows among the highest branches of the sacred tree. And form number 10, Emerald Octo, the form that we normally see and is used by Gloxinia as a means to sustain themselves. These tentacles can be used as weapons that can cross objects or people. Anyway, let's go over some fun facts before the explanation portion comes to an end. But don't worry, we will of course do a nice little Brigs Q afterwards. Anyway, Gloxinia is right-handed, born in the fairy realm. Special ability is creating forests. Hobby, hide and seek in the great tree. Daily routine, praying. Favorite food is fruits in general. Dream/hope is the destruction of humankind. And charm point is his wings. Gloxinia is the oldest member of the 10 Commandments while appearing as the youngest. He smells like ginger. Gloxinia is the name of a tropical herb. According to his power level, Gloxinia has the highest amount of magic power and the lowest amount of strength measured thus far alongside the other fairies. And that is the end of the explanation portion of the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. But anyway, let's jump into the Brigs Q. Hello and welcome to the Q&A portion of the video, the place where you ask the Qs and I do the Brigs. Yup. Wow, that's still the stupidest intro ever, but I can't stop doing it. Anyway, let's jump into the questions. I'm mainly going to be taking them from the comment section today, but there was 2 of them that just randomly tweeted at me, or 2 people that just randomly tweeted at me with the hashtag BrigsQ, so I thought I would start off with those. What got you into anime by Baku Watch, and do you want to be one of the commandments or one of the archangels? Preferably neither, but if I had to choose, probably a commandment. I just know more about them, so I know I'd have a lifespan of about 1,000 years. I know I'd have, like, regeneration. You can still kill them, but it's very difficult too. And I feel like if I were going to be in an anime, I'd probably be a villain, just based off of, like, my personality, which is really weird to say, I know. But, like, you know, when you watch Harry Potter, I'm like, yeah, I'd be in Slytherin. What got you into anime? Well, when I was really young, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh!, I watched Pokemon, I watched some Dragon Ball Z, like 1 episode of One Piece, 1 episode of Naruto, but I didn't know it was anime. And then around grade 5, grade 6, I'm not sure how old you are at that age, probably like around 10 years old, I guess. Yeah, 10, 9, 11, whatever. I started watching Dragon Ball Z again because I realized, wow, the internet's a thing, I could download and stream anime. I really liked Dragon Ball Z when I was young. Let me like give this thing a chance and we'll actually watch it in order from start to finish. And I absolutely loved it. So once I think Dragon Ball Z is what got me into anime. And then after that, I watched Naruto, I watched Bleach, I watched One Piece, like my favorite manga of all time, favorite anime of all time, kind of. And I slowly watched more and more anime. And before I knew it, I was 21 and have watched like over 200 shows. Arc Queer asks, what do you think I can't talk. What do you think what small channels like mine should do in order to be bigger now that you're famous? I am definitely not famous. But, So first thing I would do is probably attach to your Twitter handle your YouTube channel. I couldn't find it. I was gonna look at your channel and give you some specific points or pointers. But I've already given like some pointers that small YouTubers should do, or like it's what I did. Pick something you're passionate about, because YouTube's a grind. You're gonna be on here for a while if you wanna like grow a channel. So make sure you're passionate about it and you enjoy doing it. Grow and get better after each and every video. I would always see like, okay, I didn't like this about my last video. Let me improve that for the next one. I had always asked fellow YouTubers for advice, like, what did you think of this video? What could I do to be better? Make friends, get involved in the community. In regards to like the algorithm, which is very important actually, I would say upload a minimum of 1 time a week, optimally 2 to 3 times a week, but you know, at a very minimum once a week. Make sure your videos are over 8 minutes in length, like do like 7 to 12 minutes like minimum in length, because the algorithm is definitely adheres to watch time. So even if you're making great content that's 2 to 3 minutes long, it's gonna be a lot harder for your channel to take off if you were making good content that's like 7, 8, 10, 15 minutes long. watch time is really the name of the game nowadays. Have fun with it. These are pretty basic pointers, I guess. Don't rush the little things. It's always one of my big points. Like something like a thumbnail, very important. Something like a title, very important. I always find when I rush a video, I'm never as satisfied with it, and then when I'm not satisfied with the video, it never does well. The videos that I spend the extra time on are really what takes off on YouTube. But yeah, that's about it. If you have any other personal question you want to ask me about YouTube, just feel free to DM me anytime. That's another thing. I feel like that's one thing I'm pretty different about than most YouTubers. Like, I don't know. Like when I was a fan of YouTubers, I always wanted to be like noticed by senpai type of thing. So now that I'm in a situation where I have people that watch me and enjoy my content, I try to read every comment and reply and like love the comment. And like people DM me or message me on Amino and stuff. I always try to like have conversations to a certain extent because I only have so much time, and like it starts to get hard like the larger you get. But I always try to do my best to like notice everyone and give everyone like some attention. But anyway, jumping into the questions that were in the Q&A. Dragon Sin of Wrath Meliodas, or Dragon Sin Meliodas, what is your favorite My Hero Academia character? Bakugo, I guess. I don't know. All Might? Can I say All Might? I'm gonna say All Might. Promotron, if you could have one of the 7 deadly sins sacred treasures, what would it be? Well, it depends. I would want to have King's like spear that's like you could move around and like levitate with, but he's only able to levitate it because he's a fairy. Can I levitate? I would love to levitate. If I could levitate, then I would do that. If not, I think maybe like if I needed a weapon, Meliodas' like sword looks pretty cool, so I'm gonna choose that, I guess. But if I could levitate, definitely like just fucking like send it around. Definitely the chastity full spear, King Spear. Not too fired up. Anime character with the most intense training routine, without a doubt in my mind, Kenichi. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Deku from My Hero Academia, Goku from Dragon Ball Z, Ippo Makunouchi from Hajime no Ippo all have pretty crazy, over-the-top training regimens. But I don't think you could possibly survive Kenichi's training. Like, it's just that insane. Kenichi the Mighty Disciple, best anime, go and watch it. Oh, and Ichigo also had some crazy training as well, but I still think Kenichi at the top, and everyone else is just like crazy, but just below it. Alex Soto asks, do you think Meliodas will die at the end of the series, become the new Demon King, or live happily ever after like all shonen MCs? Oh, this is a hard one. How do you think the 7 Deadly Sins differs from many like traditional shonen, but it still has many similarities? So I do think we're gonna have a happy ending, but so like okay, so obviously spoiler warning, but the objective Meliodas and Elizabeth have is to lift their curse. Meliodas is immortal, and Elizabeth has perpetual reincarnation. I think that they will lift their curse and then in the end have a happy ending, but kind of like one last life together, if that makes sense. I can't really see them dying, or maybe like Meliodas dying so that Elizabeth could have her curse lifted. I think that's the most realistic. I can't really see Meliodas like staying evil and becoming the Demon King and being like, fuck you. I feel like that'd be a fuck you to the fans as well, to be honest. Comic Castle, who will win? 7 Deadly Sins versus 7 of the My Hero Academia characters. Depends what characters. So if we take like 7 of Class 1A, so like Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, like very strong characters. Even like Gravity Girl, what's her name? Ochako? Fuck, I'm gonna get ripped on in the comments. Even the acceleration guy with his legs, even the hardening guy, whatever, like 6 or 7 of those guys. I don't think they could possibly beat the 7 Deadly Sins. Meliodas, 7 hearts. So you'd have to kill his 7 hearts. He has regeneration and he's immortal. You're fucked. And he can reflect all of your magic. Or all your quirks more or less. So like, your explosions reflected back at you. Your fire and ice reflected back at you. The only one that would have somewhat of a chance would be Deku in that situation, or Midoriya, whatever. But even then, I just don't think Midoriya would have what it takes to be able to finish off Meliodas. Definitely not the way he is now in the anime, because he still can't control his quirk very well. Like, in order to take out 7 hearts, it's going to be a long battle. Currently in the manga, he does have a lot more control, but I still think he wouldn't be able to take out Meliodas. Bond's immortal, so you're fucked in that regard. King could levitate and just fucking destroy you with your spear. The only one that would have a chance would be Bakugo, because he could at least get into the air against him. But even that, like, I can't see them winning. I can't see any of the people from My Hero Academia winning against the 7 Deadly Sins. Merlin's a genius and has so many magical abilities that are so overpowered. I can't see it. I wish, like, maybe I could make a video about this and go into more detail and do some research and really, like, analyze who would win. Like, Dian and Gother, maybe you might be able to figure out a way to defeat them. But even then, I feel like the 7 Deadly Sins characters are way too overpowered for the My Hero Academia realm. Even if you were to take, like, All Might in his prime, maybe he could, like, take on Meliodas. Maybe. Is One Piece ever gonna get some vids on it? Maybe. I don't know. Sorry about that. I think I'm focusing on 7 Deadly Sins and My Hero Academia right now. I love One Piece. It's like my favorite anime, or favorite manga, actually. But there's just so many One Piece creators that have an audience already. I just feel like a lot of my audience is probably younger as well. You guys probably don't watch One Piece. I'll do a poll maybe on my community chat and see how many people watch One Piece. I would highly doubt that it would be over 40% of my audience. But yeah, maybe from time to time I'll implement it, but it's not going to be the focus of my channel. And that is the end of this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, smash that notification bell to never miss a video. Leave your comments down below with the hashtag BrigsQ, and it might just be in my next video. And on that note, I will see you guys all next time, dudes. Shinpaku.